Hey everybody, and welcome to the Shootaround Preview. Joey Ramirez joined by Brian Shaw to break down today's game against the Washington Wizards. Coach, when you start with the Wizards, you got to start with John Wall, one of the fastest athletes in sports in general, and one of the most dangerous guys with the ball.
He is. I think he may be the fastest point guard from end to end with the ball in his hand, maybe in NBA history.
Really?
Yeah, he's
against some fast guys, Coach.
I have, but I think the strength and the size, along with the speed that he exhibits night in and night out, and when they find him on that outlet, and if you don't get back and wall him off and keep him out of the paint, he'll destroy you.
Mm-hmm. What do you tell especially a guy like Alonzo, who's a rookie, he's only in his fourth game? What do you tell him when he's going up against speed that elite that it might be the fastest in NBA history?
Well, you can tell him whatever you want to tell him. He's not going to really feel it until he's actually out there and has to face, that speed, right in his face. And so, it's not going to just be him that is going to have to try to slow him down. It's going to be a team effort. And, so our bigs, everybody, they're going to have to get back and they're going to have to create a wall and try to keep him out of our paint.
And Lonzo, John Wall, he's joined in the backcourt, of course, by Bradley Beal, who's one of the best shooters in this league. What concerns you most about Brad?
Well, this year what he's added to his game, he's starting to attack the basket more, and he's starting to get to the free throw line. So you see good scorers figure out pretty quick that if they want to keep their points average up, they have to get some points at the free throw line. So, he obviously can shoot the ball on the outside. He has athleticism, and now he's getting to the rim, so he's diversified his game a little bit.
Yeah, and you guys got a guy who's really good at getting the rim too, Jordan Clarkson. So far, through 3 games, he leads the NBA in scoring off the bench. What has JC done well in his minutes this year?
Well, he's made the most of them. He attacks the rim. He's been able to knock down his jumper. When he's gotten to the free throw line, he's been able to convert his free throw. But he's getting to that point now. I think this is his 4th year, 5th year in the league, and the game is starting to slow down for him a little bit. And so he knows when to pick and choose his spots and how to make them, how to be a little bit more efficient with it.
Is this about the time where you started hitting your stride when you were playing, about 4th, 5th year?
Yeah, I think so. You've kind of been around the league a few times. You're more familiar with the personnel that you're playing against. And you know where your shots are going to come from, so you can kind of pace yourself and pick and choose your spots.
And then of course Lonzo. Everybody wants to talk about Lonzo. He's been stellar so far. 13 assists in his last game. What about Lonzo's game? I know Luke has talked to you about kind of taking him under your wing a little bit. What has impressed you most about Lonzo thus far?
His basketball IQ, and his vision. He makes some passes, sometimes that, you say, how did he see that? But I think as he gets more familiar, like I said, with the personnel, he's just going to get better and better. One of the things that I want him to really understand and buy into is the mental aspect, the mental preparation for the game, as well as, getting in the weight room and getting his body stronger, because the way he plays, getting up and down, and him having a kind of a target on his back, he's got to be strong enough to sustain and be able to play at a consistent level all year long for us.
Most people know that Zoe in his spare time is a pretty good rapper. Some who remember the 90s might know that you were a pretty good rapper back in the day. Who's got the better bars, you or Lonzo?
Well, they're different bars, so we haven't had a little freestyle session yet, but we got plenty of time, so at some point I'll have to school him a little bit on how we used to do it back in the old school.
So that's your way of saying that you're better.
I would never say that. I haven't heard enough of his of his rap yet to really break it down and critique it, so we'll see.
Well, we could use you guys as a halftime act maybe one of these days. All right, he's B. Shaw, I'm Joey Ramirez. We got Lakers and Wizards tonight at 7:30 at Staples Center. We'll see you there.